We're live.
Yeah, we are live. We are live, guys. With whom? With Canadian Playboy Michael, Michael Branket. Yeah, man. Hello.
Hello, Mike Brink. Mike
Hello.
Brink, everyone.
Brinked.
Yeah, Brink, man. Like the Brinks truck, the truck with the money that
Truck
has
with the
money in
money.
it.
Money.
I was nicknamed Brinks truck back in the day. So
Brinks truck. All right.
I don't know. They're like, you
Hey,
should
man.
call me Brinks truck.
First question. I have to ask. I have to ask you. Where are the ladies, man? Where are the ladies? Where are they?
Dude, man, they all ran
Right now.
away. They all ran. I have zero. I have zero now. Ground zero. I have none. Not zero.
Hey, man. What you are doing? People may know you. People may don't know you. But whoever is going to your Instagram, whoever is going to your Facebook, they see what you are doing, and the feeling they probably have is, oh my gosh, it's another Dan Bilzerian guy or another Playboy man.
That's
Because
that's essentially what ended up happening to me, almost by accident. It was kind of crazy. I kind of tried to design it like that, but
yeah,
I didn't know it was gonna turn out to be like that much, like that wild and crazy and successful.
yeah, man. Yeah, I already told it to you, but in my perspective, how I see you in the market. In the market of pickup and this Playboy lifestyle,
Yeah.
I see that you are leading this market, and you are doing, in my opinion, one of the best job right now in the
Yeah.
world, maybe the best.
Well, thank
Because
you.
I don't know, man, anyone else who is doing this kind of videos all the time on this Facebook story. You are doing a great job, man, and I appreciate that you are right now on this with me on this interview.
Sweet, man.
How
Appreciate you
it
having me.
started, man? How it started? Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys want to know that, and I mean, it started because I really had a lot of social anxiety growing up. I mean, for a lot of guys, I think it starts. They have some issues or problems, and they want to overcome those, right? I had social anxiety. I mean, that was the main thing. Um, for multiple reasons, I had that. One of them is because I had a speech impediment. It was hard for me to talk when I was growing up, and actually, I got bullied for that, and I didn't want to talk, so I became like almost like a not a mute, but I didn't talk too much in social situations. And I would get anxiety because every time I did, people would like pick me on that for speaking. So I mean, that's kind of what drove me. I wanted to become an athlete initially, and then I injured myself. So that didn't work out. I was going to become a professional soccer goalie. It was like my dream. And I injured myself. So I'm like, okay, I need to heal myself. So I want to become a doctor now. And the doctor has high status and all this cool stuff. And your parents want you to become doctor. So I'm like, okay, let me be a doctor then. Maybe a sports medicine doctor or something like that, you know? I'm in school doing it, and I wasn't happy, man. I was more social anxiety than ever, depression, like bad mood and stuff, because I was doing something I was still in pain. I was still in pain with my some of the issues with myself, you know, and I was trying to become a doctor with that, and that wasn't gonna fix it. And I was gonna do something I really wasn't my purpose. It wasn't what I was passionate about, you know. So I mean, I found I searched how to get chicks online, right? And what's his name? This old guy came up. I remember when I was in college or university. Ross Jeffries.
Ross Jeffries, speed seduction.
Yeah, he was
Around
the
that
first
range.
guy that
Yeah,
came up on Google. He was the first guy that came up on Google back in the day.
yeah, he was.
He had SEO going. I don't know what, but he had the SEO game going or something. So when I Googled it, he would be popping up. And
Yeah,
I was using his. I'm like, look, let me maybe try this stuff out to like get chicks in college or university, right? To get girls, right?
yeah,
And I was trying to do that while drinking, drinking and doing that. And it was honestly, most of what worked was, I mean, I don't think it worked too much. I think
yeah.
the alcohol helped, if anything, more so. But the two combined, I would get lucky sometimes, but most it would be so inconsistent, and and then I mean that's how I kind of started, and then I found mystery. I went on this journey, and then my friend introduced me to RSD Owen Cook, and I saw the blueprint. I'm like, oh fuck, this is legit. This blueprint stuff. I watched the blueprint and decoded. I saw Owen Cook, and I'm like, this guy's legit. Like I follow what he's saying, right? So
Yeah.
I went deep in the RSD rabbit hole,
Ah,
and I mean, it's a good starting point. They have a lot of great advice, and a lot of guys start off there. The problem I have is once you get deep if you're deep in the RSD rabbit hole, it's like the brainwashed and groupthink that starts to happen.
mhm.
I see it in a lot of guys in the community where they start to think like, oh, cold approach is like the only thing. You got to do cold approach pickup, and they look up to these guys as like almost like gods, right? And I mean, I did that at the beginning too, so I got sucked into the whole thing, and it was good. I mean, it got me to a certain level, it got me to a certain point, it helped me a lot, but I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. I still didn't have like the transformation I wanted. So I went on like my own path, started experimenting with things. And like I noticed, especially like I wasn't getting the results I wanted still. I was still pretty good. When I saw people that were like saying they were good at cold approach, I would meet up with them and I realized like, what? I'm like better than these guys, but they're not, they still have issues with themselves, right? I could tell. I could see like
Yeah.
they're not that good. I'm like, if these guys are like the guys that are good in cold approach, I'm like, am I like in the right thing right now? Like like I'm like going to the guys that are the best in it, besides the instructors. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about Owen Cook and the instructors. I'm talking about like other guys that are like maybe assisting them or like really good, right? They're saying guys that are advanced, so to speak. And I wasn't
Yeah.
really happy with what I saw. I was just like, wow, this is like the pinnacle almost. Like, I'm like, yeah, there's something wrong with what I'm doing, maybe. And I remember seeing like guys in the city that never did the cold approach pickup stuff, and they're like really good with women, crushing it. And I'm like, how do they do it? How are they doing this stuff, right? There's this one guy specifically. I saw him like, or no, sorry, not this one guy, but like there's this one guy, but I didn't see him yet. I actually approached this chick, and then she was on her phone after I approached her, and I'm like asking her like, what are you looking at? And she's like, this guy messaged me from Instagram, and I'm gonna fly out to his place. I'm just like, what the fuck? Here I'm trying to do cold approach all the time, and this guy just like
Mhm.
this guy just DM'd the girl, and he's just like, the girl wants to come, and the girl's so happy and stuff, and to go meet up with this guy, and she's definitely like gonna get laid by this guy. She was like saying how she's like looking forward to like staying over at his house and stuff like that, right? I'm like, damn it. And she showed me the Instagram. I asked, and it was pretty good. I mean, the Instagram looked pretty good, but the guy wasn't like I mean, there's a lot of limiting beliefs with like Indian people, like they can't get women and whatnot if you're like short and Indian and kind of chubby. That's kind of he wasn't chubby, but I mean his build didn't make him look that good. And he was like Indian, right? So not just for those guys that have limiting beliefs against that. And he was getting this beautiful, like one of the hottest girls I've seen, like close to a 10. And I was just like, he was a baseball player, but it wasn't even like a major league baseball. It was just like some random B league.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I was like thinking, I'm like, there's something with this whole like Instagram was just kind of new. I was like, there's something with this whole Instagram thing and this whole status and social circle stuff, right? And status. And so I'm like, let me try to kind of. I went to my friend's house. I'm like, look, I'm scrapping the whole cold approach pickup thing. I came up with a plan at my friend's house. I put it on a paper. I showed him that. He's like, you're not going to be able to do that, right? And I'm like, watch me, right? And it was just like in his basement, in this dark basement. I showed him this plan in this place, and I started doing the plan. And I'm like, I had goals. I'm like, in like 3 weeks, I'll be doing this, and in a month, he's like, no way. And what ended up happening was those goals. I told him that what's going to happen. Like I was going to become like almost like a celebrity figure in the city. That was one of the things, and like.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, no, it's not gonna happen, man. And I'm like, watch, I'll have party buses filled with women, you know, and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, all the women are gonna know me. And what he's like, whatever happened was like, it actually happened like much quicker even than I would have ever imagined. I thought I had like a 8-month timeline for stuff like that, but it ended up happening like in like 3 months time span. A lot of this stuff, and I was just, his mind was blown out. My mind was blown, and I was just ending up. That was like the start to like me becoming like this Playboy in the city, implementing the system I made. And ever since then, I kind of modified, made the system better and better and better. And I've taught that system to my students. I teach that to my students, and I personalize it to every person because everyone's different, right? So I need to like personalize what the person's issues are and how to get them to that what he wants. That's a little bit of a summary of my story there.
Yeah, man, I see that what you are doing, what's the difference between you and the different coaches from all around the world is that 90%, maybe even 99% of people are talking, are bragging.
Yeah.
They're not showing, they're not living that life. What I see in you on Instagram, on Facebook, is that you are just living this. And this is the most interesting. When I'm observing you, you know, in Insta story, you know, I'm feeling, you know, like I was watching Dan Bilzerian or somebody like this in this kind of level, you know.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Nevertheless, I have a girlfriend right now. I'm in a committed relationship, in a long-term committed relationship. Nevertheless, what you are doing, it's a good quality. Think of doing anything, of being a coach, a business coach, or being an entrepreneur, anyone. Just live the life what you are saying. And what I believe, I do not have to ask you, but I believe that you have plenty of clients, of people who are asking you to coach them.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I have a lot of people wanting to get coached. I have coaching a lot, you know. I do different levels of coaching. You know, it's all, like I said, it's all personalized, and this is an area I've dedicated myself to, like mastery, and like I'm really wanting to become like a revolutionary coach. I didn't come into this thinking I was going to become a coach, but looking back, like that, this was my calling. Like I was always good at like helping people, teaching people, explaining concepts. And like I've always done that even before in other fields. Like when I was in sales, I was really good at training people in sales, coaching people in sales, and coming up with sales systems and processes. When I was studying in school, I was good at explaining the concepts to other people. You know, with my family, I always teach them and explain that. People always said I should be a teacher. You know, that's like but like a school teacher, I never want to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, fuck that. I want to. So I really, I see Dan Bilzerian. I see a guy like Dan Bilzerian. Yeah. I'm like, dude, why can't I do that? Why is it like that's my
maybe I don't know. Maybe you don't have 63 millions.
Yeah. I mean, that's what most people think. It's like they're like, fuck, I don't have that much money. Why? That's why they can't do that. I'm like, I don't need that money. I should be able to do that anyways. Let me do that without the money. That was like my mentality. And when I saw like a guy like Dan Bilzerian, or there was this other brand that really motivated me. It's called Arsenic TV. Arsenic. They used to be big back then. I'm not sure what happened to them right now. But they had this cool lifestyle with a lot of models, girls, parties, and it was like this brand, right? It was ran by
Mhm.
girls though, and I'm like, when I saw them on Snapchat back in the day when Snapchat was new, I was just like, I could be doing that. Why can't I do that? You know, that I want that lifestyle. I want that lifestyle. You know, so yeah. So I mean, that was really inspiring me when I look at these things like Dan Bilzerian or Arsenic, and they had a Snapchat called Arsenic TV. I look at them as like a lot of people get like jealous or whatnot. I look at that as like inspiration and being like, I should be able to do something like that, you know?
Hey man, what was the most interesting story, or the most crazy story? Maybe you want to tell, or maybe you didn't tell anyone yet.
Yeah.
Maybe something
Uh, there's a few.
spicy.
There's a bunch. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of crazy ones, man. There's a lot. I mean, there was a time where I've got laid by 3 girls at the same time, like in the same bedroom, like, and they all slept over, and I banged them all. So that's not threesome. That's a foursome. That was pretty. I never even thought of having foursomes before. I was always just like threesomes, but then it's like a foursome happened, and
You know, I won't be talking on the screen about it.
yeah. But people ask like, how
I'm
does
in a
someone
different. I'm in a different industry right now. right now, I'm focusing on sales. I'm not focusing
sales?
on the pickup coaching.
I mean, sales, the thing is, I always advocate about sales helps a lot with stuff like this, right? Like, when you're good at sales, you're going to be usually good with women. When you're good with women, you're going to be usually good at sales. You know, actually,
Yeah.
Grant Cardone, when I learned about Grant Cardone and I listened to his 10X, I got so much better
Yeah.
with women, like so much better.
Yeah, by the way,
Up.
he's also telling how to get the woman of your dream
Yeah,
by
yeah,
closing the sale. By closing the sale, that's how he closed Elena,
yeah.
his wife.
Kept following up.
He was closing her for how many months? Maybe 12
Yeah,
months,
yeah,
and she was not responding, and he
yeah.
was closing her every month,
Yeah, and
sending text messages.
people think that's like needy, right? Don't be needy, don't do that, right? But I mean, if it's if it's something you really want, I think it's good to be really persistent like that. And because like you really want it, so it's good. Like I always advocate, I tell my guys sometimes it's like, if I'm not interested in the woman too much, I'm not going to be pushing and persistent really. But if I am, I will follow up. Like I will follow up. The neediness, you don't have to be needy to do that, right? The neediness.
By the way, how many times I had to wrote you, to
Yeah,
text you?
yeah,
3 times, 4 times, something like this,
and it's usually
until we managed to
yeah. It's because
hear.
honestly, a lot of times it's because the person's like sometimes busy, and then he just forgets, right? So it's good to follow up as a reminder. And I'm like, oh fuck, I
Yeah.
forgot about. I need to remind myself because there's so much stuff happening. It's the same thing with the girls. People think the girl's not paying attention to you, but oftentimes it's just like they just need a reminder, you know. The sales and girls are like 50. I always say 50% like the same.
Yeah, you have first you have to believe in your product, and your
Yeah.
product is you.
Yeah.
In relationships, you have to feel that this product is the best thing she can get, and
Yeah.
it is best. It is the best, and then have fun. And I see that you have fun, man, all the time.
That's what it's about. That's what it's
But
about.
how old are you? How old are you?
29 now.
29. Yeah, it's almost like me.
Yeah.
Almost like me, man. And you are 29. And there is always, for example, mystery had where Neil Strauss was talking about mystery in his book.
Yeah.
But mystery had too much of women after all. Too much of girls, you know, too much.
Yeah.
That he was, you know, becoming nervous. Neil Strauss was he wrote this book, The Game,
Yeah.
and after that he wrote the book The Truth. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I haven't
also read
read.
it.
I haven't read that the truth one. You know,
Okay, so maybe
I haven't even read the game, to be honest. I
yeah,
don't know
man.
if you know. I know people always talk about it, but
Maybe that's why you're doing what you're doing, man.
I read the title and I'm like, I understand what it's about.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. He wrote the book The Truth, and
Yeah,
he described his story and his story in a threesome with two girls, his relationship and how he built it, and
yeah,
how it ruins his life in
yeah,
part.
yeah,
So we always want more. We as a guys, as a
yeah,
man, we always need to feel more, meet more girls.
yeah,
But there's always a time in a life when we start to feel that maybe maybe it would be nice to settle down.
yeah,
Maybe, who knows, maybe
yeah,
it's enough, maybe I already, have too many experiences, maybe I already have too many girls, and the guy is this is the moment when you started when something is started to changing. So my question is, did you have this moment?
Well, let me just say by like what would Grant Cardone say in this in this situation? He's always like more, right? 10x, 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 right? Let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean,
Okay.
I kind of relate it to similar to like money and stuff. Like, no one really needs to be a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, if you're good at something, you want to keep doing the craft. It just like it gives you that high of life, and keep
Yeah.
getting better at the craft itself. So I mean, like athletes, they don't need to like become. There's a point. It's like, why do you need to become a better athlete? Like, why do you keep needing
Mhm.
to do this?
Mhm.
When's enough, right? When are you gonna settle and do something else besides athletics? You know, when are you gonna stop making money? You know, what's the point of always after a certain level of money? You don't need it anymore, right? Like, um, it's the same thing essentially with everything in life, I think. Um, so I think like what I see is like I want to pick some stuff that I want to keep pushing myself in terms of performance wise. Um, at the end of the day, I could kind of stop, but I mean, that's like retirement, and people that retire, they lose that energy. So like, I want to push whatever I'm really talented at, whatever I'm good at. I want to keep performing, keep pushing the boundaries of human performance. Um, and for me, that is in this area of not only coaching but also women and like the Playboy lifestyle seduction, right? And see how far I could push. And maybe I'll change after, maybe, and that's the good thing too. It's like when you do something, you don't have to always do it forever, right? So like you could always change. I could become a spiritual person and become like a monk. Like when I'm
But
40 or something.
yeah. Do you meditate, man? Do
Yeah,
you
I
meditate?
meditate. I meditate. I follow a lot of people. People think I'm like based on what they see sometimes on my story that like I'm stupid or something. Like I don't know. That's why I have
Yeah.
to like make some YouTube videos of me teaching and stuff because I'm well aware of spiritual concepts, quantum mechanics, biohacking, all sorts of fields. I read a lot. I studied. I'm well versed in guys like Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson. I love
Hmm.
watching. I like watch that debate. I have my opinions on things. I watch how society is structured and what happens in society and how paradigms and culture changes. So I'm a student of history, a student of life, and a little bit like I guess a philosopher. So, I mean, right now I'm not interested in settling. To answer your question, that was a long way of saying I'm not interested. I'm interested in. I feel like it's my moral obligation to, for everyone else and for myself to push my performance, my peak performance, and continue doing what I have talent in and skill in that and things I've developed and things I'm like one of the best in the world at. And I found like I even found someone I loved, but and I had a relationship with her, but eventually I had to let that go in order to do this and pursue this commit to this more, So, but eventually I might, like I said, like I might drop this and do something else. But right now, no, I want to push this and crush it in this. And it's amazing experience doing it.
Yeah, man, it's pleasure to watch you on
Yeah.
on your stories, and I hope that you and I will that you that you will show more, that you will
Yeah.
show more even every single day. I'm waiting for it. People are waiting for it,
Yeah.
and what else, man? I would love to see you on the movie we are doing in Thailand. You
Yeah.
are we are focusing on three areas: relationship, business, and spirituality. Three modules.
Yeah.
And relationship is the modules of relationship. It may be pickup, it may be seducing, and it may be relationship, long-term
Yeah.
relationship. what you can show people is it's a kind of Playboy lifestyle you are
Yeah.
showing right now. It's kind of inspiring. It's kind of people when I watching it, it's bringing emotions, and that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, man, I would love to have you on board, and I would love
Well, you'll see me there, man. I'll be there. I'm coming. All right.
you're going there. Hey, man,
Yeah.
high five, man.
Bam.
Oh, bam. Okay. Hey, Mike. I believe it's enough for today for life. What do
Sure.
you think?
Yeah, I mean, we could end it there, So, I mean, I have some questions for you actually too. Like, are you like?
Yeah, you can ask me the questions, and by the way, maybe we can give some challenge to people from you as a coach, as a mentor.
What's the challenge?
Yeah, man. Maybe we can give some challenge to guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
It's a task.
Like right now, give a challenge.
Yeah, right now, give a challenge. So people will do it. People will comment. Maybe something valuable, which will help them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. I mean, the challenge I would do. I think a good challenge, a cool challenge is like I'm all about building your vibe and like your charisma, your confidence, and whatnot. And that's how you kind of end up getting the Playboy lifestyle, is having that really good vibe. And one way of doing it, I mean, cold approach was like a lot of people thought as like the only like a main way of doing it. That's what like RSD taught. But there's so many other ways of like building yourself up. And I think an Instagram video stories are like could be a really valuable way of like building up your confidence, your charisma, your ability to your vibe essentially. So I mean, like if you could do Instagram stories for 30 days straight, like a 30-day challenge on Instagram stories, just speaking on your Instagram story and trying to essentially portray like a confident person on camera and become good on camera, I think it's a very valuable skill set. Very valuable in today's world. It's 2020 now. Things are moved online. Instagram is a huge tool to use both in business and in dating. And if you could kind of crush out stories every day, you're going to see your personality change. You're going to develop yourself, and you're going to see, if you do it right, you should be seeing more business. If you're in business, if you're in trying to get women, you should be seeing a lot more dates and women.
Hey, man, it's
And you were in acting, no? Didn't you do some sort of acting?
yeah, I'm an actor. I'm a professional actor, man.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like kind of like acting on camera, right? Like it's a little bit of a good way to do that a little bit right now.
Yeah, I will tell you. I was absent for social media for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And my whole business and my whole relationship was focused before, was concentrate on social media, on showing people what I do, on showing people what I did. And for 3 years, for almost 3 years, I shut down myself. I stopped showing everything, man. And my business in that part of time basically just fell down.
Yeah.
Everything fell down because I had no connections. I have people forget about me. People
Yeah.
forget about Julian, that he is coaching, that he is helping, that he can do this and this. And my girlfriend told me, hey Julian, you have to do this, man. You have to start showing off again.
Yeah.
On Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. You have to overcome your fears, because I had some fears.
Yeah.
You have to start talking to people again, and I start doing it.
Yeah.
About a month ago, I go again full in social media. Like adding posts every day, adding movies, everything, showing just overcoming my fears that I had.
Yeah.
That they were blocking me. They were blocking me from showing people what I'm doing.
Yeah.
While I did it, I can say that miracles start happening. Yes, what you are saying.
Yeah.
Miracles start happening. So people started to contacting, people starting to asking about cooperation, and it's much easier. So I deeply understand what challenge, and I deeply recommend to everybody what you are doing. I don't mind. We don't mind what you are doing. You may be a playboy like Mike. You can be a businessman, entrepreneur. You can be a model.
Yeah.
Whatever you are doing, show it to people. Like Grant Cardone is saying. Grant Cardone is saying you have to be everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to show people what you are doing. You have to bring to people value almost everywhere. You have to be in every social media. If you are running a business, you have to be on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Snapchat, so you can contact people, and people can think about you. When people when people need photographer,
Yeah.
okay, who is photographer? He is photographer. When people think about, I need a model for my session. Oh, she is a model.
Yeah.
I need a coach. I need a coach. Not relationship coach. Playboy lifestyle coach.
Yeah. Everyone needs that, man.
So Playboy lifestyle coach. I don't know. Maybe Dan Bilzerian, or maybe Mike Brink.
Yeah. Thank God Dan Bilzerian doesn't coach, but even if he does, he's just using money, so he doesn't. He's cheating. He's cheating, man. How do you do it starting from scratch?
Yeah, from scratch. With no money, only with your phone and your Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
10x, baby. 10x. Yeah,
dude, that book changed my life. That book really changed my life.
This guy changed my life. This book and
he did.
Yeah, he did. That's why I thought about the Attili movie in Thailand, and that's why when I thought about going to Thailand or to a different country and do a life camp there, and then I thought, hey, if I'm going there, why I can't just take a few guys with me, maybe a few more coaches.
Yeah.
And right now we are talking with really big groups from all around the world, with thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers all around the world, and they are willing to go to our event. Thanks, Grant, Uncle G.
You have to compete against his events, man. His 10x one.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay, man. Okay.
All right.
Brother, it's a pleasure to meet you. When you are here in Europe, come to visit us. We will for sure see in the event.
Where are you in Europe exactly?
Poland.
All right,
Poland.
I'll come check you out. What city in Poland?
Warsaw, man. You're from Poland. You are from Poland.
Yeah, tour. So Warszawa, man.
Yeah. Warszawa, man. Warszawa. All right.
All right.
All righty, man. Thanks
All right.
again.
This
And
was a good
see you,
talk.
brother.
Take care, Julian. Take care.